Chapter 2. The Law of Magnetism. The second universal law of success. Every person is surrounded by a thought atmosphere. Through this power, we are either attracting or repelling. Like attracts like, and we attract just what we are in mind. Ernest Holmes. While the first law of success concerns what you create, the second one, the law of magnetism, concerns what you attract. These two forces together have the greatest impact on your destiny. The first has to do with the power of your consciousness. The second has to do with the power of your energy. There are many patterns of energy at work in the world today. Amazingly powerful, yet unforeseen forces have very real and predictable outcomes. For instance, if you key in the number of a very specific signal to your cell phone and then press the talk button, that sequence will be directed by a satellite thousands of miles away to the appropriate recipient. Another phone will ring, and the energy of your voice will be bounced back and forth, allowing you to have a clear conversation even if you're a great distance away from the other person. If you push a button on a remote control, a signal will be sent to a box in the corner of the room, and a television picture will form, complete with sound, again transmitted from a far distant source. Modern CAT scans and MRIs use energy to create images of the body. Microwaves cook food. Sensors ensure security, and lasers remove tumors. The list of ways in which modern humans have harnessed, directed, and utilized energy is almost endless. All of the above phenomena, and countless more, have very significant physical results, but the influences are limited to medicine, communications, and technical gadgetry. The energetic workings of the universe impact each and every one of us in ways that most people are never aware of, even to the point of individual experiences of happiness and success. The law of magnetism says that we can only attract the same kind of energy that we put out about ourselves. It's based on the quantum physical principle that everything, including every person, projects this power. In fact, the universe is filled with vibrations that scientists call strings of energy. It moves within us, from us, and all around us literally all the time. Whether we're aware of it or not, each of us is part of a vast exchange and expansion of this force that takes place in the universe every moment of every day. Our personal energy moves outward from us and connects us with others of like resonance, determining both whom and what we'll attract in life. Each of us is like a little radio station, constantly broadcasting signals about ourself and our life. The people and situations that match those signals are the ones that will tune into us and be drawn into our life experience. In truth, what we call chemistry, whether it's romantic or professional, is actually more of a resonance, a matching of signals and personal vibrations. So if success is what you're after, it will be very important to understand how your energy is created, and what it may be broadcasting about you even now. Your energetic calling card. In the Victorian era, calling cards were used to announce the arrival of a visitor or friend, and letters of introduction were sent ahead to pave the way to help someone new connect with others of like society. It was a formal process, but one which let the recipient know that the bearer was well connected and highly regarded. Your personal resonance does much the same thing. Long before you arrive at an experience in life, your energy has set messages about you to the people you'll be interacting with. It announces you to everyone, revealing that part of you that others relate to on an unconscious but very compelling level, your energetic nature. So if you don't like the society or circumstances you've attracted so far, or if you've had difficulty finding the success you desire, you'll need to change what you put into your energetic calling card. Luckily, since this frequency is something that you produce yourself, it's also something that you can change. Once you figure out what makes up your vibrational resonance, you can take active steps to improve your magnetic frequency and change all that you attract. There are 3 major ways that your personal resonance is created. 1. through your emotional energy or the vibrations of your feelings. 2. Through your cognitive energy or the vibrations of your thoughts. 3. Through your physical energy or the vibrations of your body. Let's take a closer look at the first two methods on this list. The emotional broadcast. Your emotional resonance is by far the most powerful expression of yourself. Your daily feelings broadcast loud and clear signals about who you are and what you expect from the world. If you're chronically fearful, for example, you project that you will only attract more and more situations that will cause you to be afraid. If anger is predominant, you're sending out signals that you expect hostility, and that's exactly what you'll get. But if you choose a lighter, happier attitude, you'll broadcast the message that you expect the world to be a joyous place, and both your energy and your expectation will bring more of that to you. If you have confident and peaceful feelings about yourself, they'll send out a very magnetic vibration, attracting people and experiences that bring an even deeper sense of serenity to your life. This is your resonant reality. What you send out will most certainly come back to you. Your predominant feelings energize your destiny creation by virtue of their powerful presence in your heart and mind. The more emotionally charged an experience or issue is, the more power it generates. For this reason, a shift to more positive sentiment is a basic requirement of the law of magnetism. It's an energetic truth that the quality of your emotional life will determine the caliber of your life in general. In this, the law is strict. The universe will return your own joy, love, and happiness to you, and it will return your fear, anger, and unhappiness as well. But where do emotions come from? What's the source of this powerful energy that you engage in all the time? Underneath every single emotional experience is a stimulating source. Whether the feeling is anger or love, misery or joy, depression or excitement, boredom or bliss, every blossom or thorn of sentiment has one originating seed, and that seed is thought. The thought's the thing. The second way that you project your energy out into the world is through your cognitive power. Your thoughts rarely stop, so they're continually churning out vibrational messages in your energetic field. And since they're also the source of your emotional energy, they're doubly important in your pursuit of success. Thoughts of confidence bring feelings of hope, while those of inadequacy bring feelings of despair. Which is more likely to attract wonderful outcomes to you? The positive results you're looking for can only come from peaceful emotions and positive thoughts. If you're like most people, the process of thinking may seem rather random and spontaneous, something that you just experience rather than decide on. Maybe you've never been taught to think positively, or maybe the direction your mind takes depends on the situation you're in or the people you're with. One thing's for sure, if you look around you and find your life wanting, the universe is telling you to take control of your thoughts. Most negative thinking is based in one of three fears. 1. Fear of the future. 2. Fear of rejection. 3. Fear of failure. Fear of the future can range from fleeting worries that something may go wrong to wild anticipation of personal catastrophe, including thoughts such as, what if the meeting doesn't go well? What if I lose this account? What if I get sick or die? Fear of rejection runs the gamut from nagging concerns about being judged to utter panic about being abandoned. People who have these kinds of thoughts are often self-critical or even self-loathing. Thoughts such as, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, and I'm not worthy invariably lead to fears such as, what if my spouse leaves me? Or what if I get fired? All fear is toxic to the energy of achievement. So it's inevitable that fear of failure creates the energy of self-fulfilling prophecy. Those who see themselves as unsuccessful can only draw defeat. These negative thoughts are your greatest obstacles to genuine happiness. They destroy optimism and create worry and frustration. Two miserable vibrations that attract miserable results. It's often said that your life moves in the direction of your dominant thoughts, and your energy is the reason why. My client David lived his life with a pervading sense of fear. He was constantly worried about what other people thought, judging himself and assuming that others would do the same. Although he could function well enough to keep his job, his fears always prevented him from moving forward. He was smart and creative, and he often had good ideas, but he never had the confidence to present them. After 20 years at the same job, he found that he could make enough money to get by, but unless he made some changes, he'd never earn any more. David knew that he had to do something. Fear was his predominant emotion, and worries of judgment and rejection were his primary thoughts. His emotional, cognitive energy was constantly churning out signals of gloom and doom, causing him to attract more of the same. But although he'd been living like this for quite some time, he was determined not to stay stuck in this pattern. He made a list of all the things he worried about and a corresponding list of positive options that would change his emotions as well as his energy. He persistently worked on letting go of old worries, and he consciously chose to replace them with peaceful, trusting, and confident conclusions instead. Bit by bit, David became less fearful and much more relaxed. He began to feel positive emotions he hadn't felt in years, emotions such as peace, hope, and even happiness. The process of shifting his thoughts in order to calm his feelings took some time, but eventually he could actually sense his personal energy changing too. He became confident, more productive, and willing to take greater risks, and his employer began to take notice. Within 18 months of learning about the dynamics of energy creation, David got the first of several promotions. A few years later, I received some pictures and a note from him. His company letterhead indicated that he was now a vice president, and the pictures that he sent were of his newly acquired vacation home on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. In less than 4 years, he totally reversed decades of energy stagnation. And because of the work he was willing to do to shift the resonance of his own thoughts and emotions, he was finally able to achieve the lifestyle that he deeply desired for so long. TEE for you. Whatever your situation in life, you don't have to stay stuck in the old patterns any longer. It's time to understand your own thought, emotion, energy, connection. This is what I call your TEE equation. The TEE equation represents how the first level of your energy is created. And this is the formula: thoughts plus emotions equal energy. The power of your most dominant thoughts plus the force of your most frequent and intense emotions equals the resonance of your personal energy field. This is the pulsating vibration that broadcasts your individual signal and determines everything you attract to your life. If you're dissatisfied with what you've drawn in, either personally or professionally, you must work on changing your energy. And as even basic math students know, you can't change the second half of an equation without also changing the first half. Just as you can't add 2 plus 2 and get anything but 4, you simply can't add negative thoughts to negative emotions and get anything but negative energy, and eventually negative results. Journal for success. In order to get a handle on this aspect of your destiny creation, keep a record of your thought patterns in your journal. If your journal is too big to carry all the time, just keep a little notebook with you. As you jot down your most commonly experienced ideas, you'll find that you tend to think about the same issues over and over, repeating the same old conclusions about them. After you've written down what's occupying your mind, describe the emotions being created. If you find that negativity is the predominant energy of your thoughts and feelings, then create the intention to at least let them go. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, just affirm, I can let this go. I do not have to think this way any longer. I choose to release worry and judgment, and I choose to engage in trust instead. When you feel an unpleasant emotion taking over, stop for a moment to investigate what you were thinking about just before having that feeling. Then go to the source of the problem, again by releasing your thoughts. You can also reduce the power of the feeling by physically moving, doing some deep breathing, shaking out your muscles, and just affirming. Release, release, release. If you can, try to replace those negative thoughts with more optimistic conclusions. but at the very least, choose to let them go. It is extremely important to become aware of the energetic frequencies that you send out each day. Instead of responding unconsciously, broadcasting cognitive and emotional energy that you really don't want to represent you in the energetic realm, you must become very aware of the options in your thoughts and feelings. It may seem difficult at first, but it's crucial in projecting the energy of success. It's very empowering to know that you yourself are sending out the waves of information that define you to the world, and that determine what you get back from it. These energetic vibrations are within your power to alter in any given moment. By transforming just one predominant negative thought, you'll make a major shift in your energy. And as you continue to make these shifts within, everything around you will begin to change, including the outcome of your desires. Affirmations for dynamic magnetism. I energize my life with positive thoughts and peaceful emotions at every opportunity. It is my choice. I am now choosing a new optimistic attitude about myself, my life, and my future. I am becoming more and more conscious of the kind of energy that I create each day. I choose positive energy in all that I think and do. Through my own energy, I have the power to make my life better in every way. I know that as I choose to create healthier, happier thoughts and emotions, I will attract even more joyful results. I know that I have all the talent and resources I need to magnetize all that I desire.